Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm your host, Glenville Judge Noah of the PCBC. Wanted to report about a game that occurred just 2 days ago. If you've seen two episodes that I've mentioned before, I did one in late December and then did another video in earlier this month on West Virginia State point guard Ishmael Smith, who tragically passed away on Sunday, December 28th. Then they announced just a week and a half later that they were going to honor Ishmael Smith on Wednesday, January 21st, which was just a couple days ago, with a jersey hanging and degree recognition ceremony for the game between West Virginia State and Glenville State. And I wanted to do a separate episode. I originally was going to do it as part of the PCBC Season 3, Episode 18, the episode that just came out a couple hours ago. But I wanted to do this game separately because I had already did 2 episodes of talking about West Virginia State by itself. So that's why it's getting its own separate video. So the game in question was a couple of days ago on Wednesday evening between Glenville State and West Virginia State. Both teams come from the Mountain East Conference. Now, I don't normally talk about the Mountain East Conference or the CIAA unless it's something important like this, but I will be talking more about the Mountain East and the CIAA late next month when their tournaments begin, starting with the CIAA in just about over a month from now, and then the Mountain East and PSAC tournaments will begin at roughly the same time, the first week in March. So this is a special occasion. So we're going to be recapping that game and giving you the reading from West Virginia State's website. This was from Brian Shepard, a sports information director at West Virginia State University. And we'll go to the stats of that game too in just a moment. So West Virginia State stayed within striking distance through the first opening 20 minutes of Wednesday night's game, but a decisive second half stretch from Glenville State pulled away to win for West Virginia State to unfortunately lose that game in a Mountain East Conference action game inside the Walker Convocation Center. Prior to tip-off, West Virginia State honored the life and legacy of Ishmael Smith, whose number 80 jersey was officially retired during a pregame ceremony. Smith passed away on December 14th, 2025, so it's been a while now, and a banner bearing his number was unveiled as teammates, family members, and supporters looked on. West Virginia State trailed by 3 at the break after matching Glenville State from the perimeter in the opening half. The Yellow Jackets connected on 6 3-pointers before halftime, forcing 8 turnovers, keeping the game tight despite Glenville State's rebounding edge. The game turned in the second half as West Virginia State went for more than 6 minutes without a field goal late. The Yellow Jackets remained on the scoreboard during that stretch by converting 5 free throws, but the Yellow Jackets were outscored 16-6 during that stretch. Then West Virginia State University, we'll talk about the game here in a moment. West Virginia State heads to the University of Charleston for its first game of the season, in this season's Kanawha River Classic on Saturday, January 24th. Game is scheduled for 4 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, these two teams, West Virginia State and University of Charleston, big rivals along the I-64, I-77 corridor. Or excuse me, I-64 corridor. Anyways, big rivalry between those two. They're about 20-minute drive on the I-64 corridor between Institute, West Virginia, and Charleston, the capital city of West Virginia in the Kanawha County area. So let's talk about the game that occurred from Wednesday. Glenville State and West Virginia State. Game was played at the Walker Convocation Center in Dunbar, West Virginia, just outside of Institute. In the first half, Glenville State outscored West Virginia State 39-36. Second half, Glenville State outscored West Virginia State 49-35. The Pioneers defeated the Yellow Jackets 88-71. The Pioneers improved to 10-7 with a 5-5 record in conference play. The Yellow Jackets dropped to 5-12 with a 2-8 record in conference play. For Glenville State, their top scorer was Elijah Redfern, 35 minutes. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for 31 points. Other players with double-digit points: Don Colin Lewis, 33 minutes, had 8 rebounds, 1 block, and 3 steals for 14 points. Amir Maxwell off the bench in 26 minutes had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal for 14 points. Prince Masengo, 31 minutes, had 4 rebounds and 11 points. And then Jalen Knott almost had a double-double. He had 11 rebounds, 5 assists for 9 points. Glenville State, in the first half, shot 45.5% from the field, 25% from 3, 71.4% from the charity stripe. Second half, they shot 52.8% from the field, 27.3% from the 3-point range, 61.5% from the free throw line. Overall, the Pioneers of Glenville State shot 49.3% from the field, 25.9% from the 3-point range, 65% from the free throw line. For West Virginia State, their top scorer was Norris Bourne. 31 minutes, he went 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 1 steal for 16 points. Trey Harris in 33 minutes had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals for 15 points. Former Pitt Johnstown Mountain Cat and former PSAC West Freshman of the Year. Got to go all the way back to, I believe, 2023 or 2024. Andrew Shaw. I know it would have been 2023 because 2023-4 he played Pitt Johnstown transfer. Anyways, and then went to West Liberty last year, and now he's here at West Virginia State his last year. But anyways, former Mountain Cat Andrew Shaw in 30 minutes had 1 rebound and 2 steals for 14 points. Jalen Subject, interesting name, off the bench in 29 minutes, had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal for 11 points. It's hard to believe that Andrew Shaw's a grad student this year. This year, he's averaging 10.5 points, shooting 41% from the field, 38.6% from 3, 76.9% from the free throw line. In the first half, West Virginia State shot 38.7% from the field, 33.3% from 3-point range, 85.7% from the free throw line. Second half, 34.5% from the field, 42.9% from 3-point range, 60% from the free throw line. Overall, the Yellow Jackets of West Virginia State shot 36.7% from the field, 37.5% from 3-point range, and 68.2% from the free throw line. So a disappointing performance. They were hoping for, I'm assuming West Virginia State was hoping for a win on the day that they were celebrating one of their players passing away last month in December. But, even if win or lose, it's still an incredible moment for the Smith family to be able to honor their son, or for his family and friends to honor them and to honor him during this unfortunate timing. It's definitely a very frustrating situation. It's unfortunate, but his legacy now lives on. He's now the 4th Yellow Jacket to have his number retired in program history. So very honoring moment for the West Virginia State Yellow Jacket community to be able to honor Ishmael Smith with his jersey number being officially retired by the program. So I just wanted to go on here and just briefly recap about that game and the stuff that was going on to honor and celebrate the life of Ishmael Smith. So episode 19 of season 3 of the PCBC will be coming out on Tuesday. As right now, there are 5 games that have been rescheduled quickly with the PSAC. 5 of the 8 games have been rescheduled due to the upcoming storm that's about to hit us. We'll briefly go through those games here in just a second. Games that have been switched. Shepherd and Kutztown has been moved up to a 1 o'clock game. Shippensburg and Mansfield's a 1 o'clock game. IUP and Clarion has been moved to 1:30. Westchester and Lock Haven is at 2 o'clock. Slippery Rock in California, which we talked about on Wednesday, earlier in the episode that came out today. That was a 2 o'clock game. So 3 games are still at their normal time. Bloomsburg and Millersville, Gannon and Pitt Johnstown, Seton Hill and Denver are all still scheduled to be at 3 o'clock, which could change, but I don't think it's going to happen since they're less than 24 hours away from tip-off in these games. Until then, I will see you guys on Tuesday for Season 3, Episode 19. Till then, I'm your host, the Honorable Judge Noah, saying so long and have a great weekend. And please stay safe from the cold and stormy weather that is going to hit Pennsylvania.